really delightful place. I love Lucca. I really
Thank you. Lucca was a Roman town, so it's like being in Rome, but smaller and more manageable. And all the stores, the shopping, clothing, like we went into this beautiful weave store where they were weaving, which I think I have a picture of. And leather, restaurants, the piazzas, these incredible churches that they actually have a lot of pillars, marble pillars from Rome. And you know, ceramics, incredible, painted, hand-painted everywhere in Italy. That slipped in, that's Chiavari. No, yeah, I think it is. Is it Chiavari?
Oh, it is Chiavari in the background.
Yeah. But I love how they even arrange food. Everything's artistic. Artistically arranged, the pastas, whatever. So I threw in some pictures of other groups. There was Nancy and Sally, and I don't know if Sandra Albertson. She lived across the street from me, and we didn't know each other. She was relatively new in my neighborhood here in Fairfield. And then she saw the ad I put in the Weekly Reader and called me and said, I want to go to Italy with you. I said, well, I think we live across the street from each other. So this was my first group in 2009. California, one lady was Italian, Congolese, her dad was from the Congo. And there's Susan Walsh, Marie Allen. I think the two girls there in the middle are the restaurant owners of one of our favorite restaurants, Ide. This is the Sunset Restaurant, and you see the filled with light. Joni in the background, Susan Walsh. Mary Carter, Betty Bargerstock. We went to a couple different places. We went to Lake Como. So this is Varenna, a city on the east side of Como. So I put in a few pictures of other trips. There's Hillary. So this is it, like a church with all these candles. Just no one watching it, no one worried. And you just pray. Okay, so this is Lucca again. So Lucca, this is Palazzo Fanner, Pfanner, with the statues out in the back. I don't know what it is now, I don't think, but one family lived there before. Another little ceramic store. So here's the one church, San Frediano, and there's a pillar. Every marble pillar was different, a different kind of marble. And they dragged it up from Rome after the fall of the Roman Empire. What?
This was so cool because...
Here, come up, come.
Do you remember it, Mary?
Yes.
You want to say how it worked? Well, I may have it wrong, but this was like the coolest thing. Our friend, what's his name? Gabriel. He said that Lucca was on the path. All of the pilgrims would become Christians in, people would become Christians in like Switzerland, Europe.
Far, yeah.
Norway, whatever. They would journey to Rome. Everybody was going to Rome. And this was Lucca was right on the trail, weirdly enough. And this church, they intentionally went to Rome and they took a column from each of the major cathedrals there, which must have been weird, leaving them with a hole, in these great cathedrals. And somehow they transported them in 1200 or something. They transported them back here so that the pilgrims would stop here and they'd see a taste of what was to come. I mean, that just seemed like such an unbelievable achievement. On donkeys or whatever, they were transporting these gorgeous marble. Each one was a completely different color. Do I have the story right?
I'm just remembering when Gabriel told us that Lucca was saved from destruction. Like Lucca officials have negotiated with Napoleon. Do you remember this?
I don't remember him saying.
Yeah.
But that's probably true because Lucca was not attacked. It was safely taken over by Napoleon.
It was the only city-state that didn't get get ever razed by an attack because of that huge moat and the huge wall. It was a bigger wall than any other city had, and so that's why it's so special, because like that place where we saw the Puccini opera, we went down into the basement and you could see here they've excavated the Roman artifacts, and here the medieval, and you could just see the different layers of history right there that were never ruined. You know, they were just kind of built up over time. They build a building in a new style on top. It was cool.
So we don't go to museums per se, like if you go to Florence and go to the Uffizi Gallery, but all the churches and the architecture of all the buildings is art. It's our museum. So now we are in the amphitheater piazza. I think that's, it's still Luca. This is the old amphitheater, you know, a model of it.
That's on the bike trip.
Yeah, I was on the bike drive, so that's interesting. So San Michele, there's Archangel Michael up at the top. Now this is the church. Last year we were in a B&B, and it was fun because it was like we had the 6 rooms there. And it was like a pajama party, or like we were in a dormitory. But it was a little noisy, but it's a block from San Michele here. And now this year, we're going to be 2 blocks the other way at another bed and breakfast that Jay and I found, because Jay always comes after the women leave and we play in Italy. And it's quieter and really pretty too. Oh, here you can see the wall. This is Paula and I. So this is down on the grass. But this isn't the grass we were talking about. Was it? See, there's grass up there also. So this is how high the wall is, and then there are about 8 portals, gates, to go inside the wall. Visitors cannot take cars inside, the people that live inside. Do you believe this? You know, all ages are riding bikes. And yeah, carrying their furniture and groceries. And now here's the silk weaving shop. I don't know if you can see, but all the shawls, I bought one of the shawls. And then she had, I don't know if I have the picture, but they wove the planets, and all the planets were in the ceiling. So we asked if they knew about astrology, and she goes, no, I just like the planets. And it was just incredible. This is a famous tower in Lucca, the Guinigi, I think it's called, Guinigi Tower. And there's actually trees on the top. Someone's home. There's Jay. Now, I've gone to this is the thermal swimming pool. It's the same temperature all year round. It's warm, it's not hot, it's very comfortable, and then there are like places you go and sit, and there's sprays. I guess this is kind of it. So we're gonna go there in September for a day. We're gonna have a massage, and then you go in this cave, and it's also warm. Everybody's wearing these shawls. Okay, so hold it there. Everybody's wearing these, not shawls. We get robes, yeah. And we're going to do a spa day and have a massage. And I think we're pretty much to the end. I just wanted to see if anybody else wanted to say anything. There might be a couple more. Oh, yeah. That's our group. And that's the beginning. So anybody that went, I know I want Sally to say something because she said she wanted to say something, but you know, the reason I do this is I have 2 passions. One is helping people to be happier, and the other one is Italy and all things Italian, so I combined it. And just to help people live the sweet life, la dolce vita. This year we're going to be there for 10 nights. So I'd ask Sally, like, do you feel like you learned something that changed your life, something that helped you live the sweet life? And she said, yeah. So Sally went to my first one. So again, who in here have gone on the trips with me? Because I know a few more people came. And Nancy, did Nancy leave?
Nancy was.
Yeah. Nancy was on the first one. All right.
So I went in 2009. And I guess what I really want to say is that the takeaway for me continues. And has continued since I went. It's been like having a reservoir, a place in my mind that I can go to. And I agree with Cindy, it really was, for me, the most beautiful place I've ever been in. It was so spectacular. The natural beauty, being by the ocean, the architectural beauty, the food. I remember some fruit that Julieta and I bought in Vernazza. And I have a picture of this fruit, and I was looking at it the other day and I went, oh, the fruit was just, it tasted as good as it looked. And you don't usually think that, you know, but it was just, it tasted so sublime. There's just something to be said about really experiencing life in its sweetest quality. And when Lenora has this workshop that you do, and you really get to experience and question and learn about yourself, but what better place to do that in a place that's so filled with this, you know, ideal quality, that you really learn what about yourself, what it is for yourself that can make your life more ideal. You know, so it's a reservoir.
The reservoir. So one of the ladies who signed up for this year said that she loves Italy, she feels at home there, and a lot of people feel at home. How many in here have ever been to Italy? Yeah, a lot of you. 3/4 of you. And whether you're Italian, have any Italian heritage or not, many people say that. They just feel really at home and grounded there. Yeah, Sue?
I just want to say, I lived in Europe for 2.5 years, and Italy was one of the places I lived. And I mean, I loved every place I lived, but Italy, you just feel at home. Even though you can't understand the language. You feel at home.
Yeah, they're very hospitable. They'll, if you can't speak,